Brett Yormark has talked about innovation ever since he took over as Big 12 commissioner. So what does he have up his sleeve now? At the recent spring fiesta, he talked to Brandon Marcello at 247, Dennis Dodd at CBS, among others, about a couple of things that'll make your ears perk up a little bit. Obviously, Yormark comes from the world of professional athletics. He was with the Nets before this. So when he starts talking about things that have been successful for the NFL, NBA, etc., it should not be really surprising. Yormark brought up how the conference is exploring ways to expand their reach geographically and on the media landscape. The conference is expected to make an announcement in the next couple of weeks about playing select football games at the 53,500-seat Estadio BBVA. That's the stadium in Monterrey, Mexico, and basketball games at the 22,300-seat Arena CDMX in Mexico City. For basketball, they're looking at Kansas versus Houston being held there, and I would imagine a big reason is because Kansas basketball fans are going to travel just about anywhere to watch their Jayhawks. It makes sense for the NBA and for the NFL to take their game international, right? Home field is not a huge thing in those sports. You can package professional athletics anywhere, and it's going to be able to draw because it's the highest level of the sport. The Big 12 is not even the highest level of college football. Maybe basketball, but not football. So how well this thing does is going to be incredibly interesting to me. Like, what are the crowds going to look like? How excited will local fans be about a TCU versus Oklahoma State game? Or Texas Tech versus Houston? Like, those matchups don't always sell out on home campuses. So that's going to be really intriguing. The other things that stood out was the changes to game coverage that he talked about. The Big 12 is planning to upgrade its television presentations with behind-the-scenes access during games, including in-game interviews with coaches and pre- and post-game access inside the locker rooms. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this because, in all honesty, I don't care to hear what coaches or players are saying in the middle of a game. Like, emotions run high. All this does really is sets up guys to make mistakes, especially when they're not used to having mics on them all the time. There are very few sacred places that the media does not have access to anymore. And the locker room and, in-game, on-the-court kind of stuff, that just happens to be one of them that's left. At the same time, I get it, right? I get the direction everything's going nowadays. The behind-the-scenes access is expected to begin as soon as this football season. It's going to help out with social media engagement. You're going to see more clips on Twitter and Instagram, etc. I'm sure it helped in negotiations with Fox and ESPN that they can have a broadcast that's different from the stuff that they're going to get with the SEC and the Big Ten. Like, Yormark has already shown he's willing to experiment, whether it's by, hiring Shaq as the DJ at the Big 12 basketball tournament or launching youth clinics with Big 12 coaches at historic Rucker Park in New York. This is just more of the same. Like, truth be told, as a conference that's not on the level of the SEC or the Big Ten, stuff like this is necessary. Anything that he can do to generate interest in his conference is going to be welcome because they have to draw eyeballs. Like, I don't blame him at all for doing this. And it's yet another thing that I'm very curious to see the results. So I may not like some of it, but maybe they can change my mind. We shall see. We shall see. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.